Hello my loves, from me and my very extravagant Frida Kahlo headgear today. How are you? In today's video, I'm going to talk about a secret that the top 1% of people who seem to be able to achieve 1,000,000 times more in their lifetimes, their secret that they do and the majority of people don't do, myself included. So I'm working on starting to do what these highly successful people do so that I can see the same results that they see. So if you are interested in becoming the best version of you and manifesting a whole new level of your life and finally freaking seeing those things that you want to manifest appear into your reality, then keep watching because you're going to find this video life-changing. Welcome back to my channel, guys, or if you're new, my name's Lucie, and on this channel I share all kinds of tips about personal development, spirituality, and how to become the best version of you. I was on a training call last weekend with someone who has built an extremely impressive business. Let's just say that he is earning 6 figures per month. He has a team of over 100,000 people, and he has completely changed his life and his family's life forever. He's a second generation of a Mexican immigrant family in the United States. He came from very humble, very poor beginnings. So I want to include that part in the little intro about him, just in case people might think, oh, people who are rich, they have all of this entitlement. No, he came from nothing.
From Jamie. We have new neighbours moving in. Also, I love you more than watermelon sugar.
Oh, thank you, baby. And there were many gems that this multi-millionaire guy shared. You know how it is. There'll always be like one thing that stands out to you that might be different to the thing that stands out to me. So I'm going to share with you the one thing where I was like, whoa, thanks for the loving bitch slap in the face. I've just realized why, without negating all of the success that I have had, why I'm not yet at the level of success that I want to be. And he said he was speaking to a guy who was also a highly successful business guy who was selling up his business and saying, like, stepping down from the position as CEO. And so this guy asked this man who was stepping down, why? Why are you stepping down when you're at the peak of your career and everything's going so amazingly? And he said, I've stopped being a finisher. And he elaborated a little bit more. He was like, I've stopped finishing anything, from projects with the company to meetings, to reaching deadlines, to hitting targets, and I need to take a step away from the company so that I can focus on becoming the finisher that I used to be in my personal life. So basically, this multimillionaire CEO said to the other multimillionaire that he had stopped doing the little things, finishing the little things like making his bed in the morning, like putting the cap back onto the toothpaste after he gets the toothpaste out. And he said that when he starts to let slip those little things, it becomes a pattern that dominates every action that he took in life. And it was affecting not only his personal life and his home life, but it was affecting the business too. It was a realization for him when he heard this information, because he said that he was at a point in his business where there'd been growth, and then he kind of sat on his laurels because he was, able to make so much financial passive income that he didn't have to be grinding every day anymore. But he realized that in the process of that, he had got sloppy and he had got lazy and he had stopped completing the tasks that he said he was going to complete. He said what got him from rags to riches was he was the kind of guy who would finish everything on his to-do list. He would always stay up and not sleep until he had done all of his daily disciplines that he knew were essential to moving his life and moving his business forward. Then when he reached the level of success, he stopped doing that. Most importantly, how he felt about himself, his self-confidence started to decline. So he realized that he needed to go back to being a finisher. And as soon as he did, within the space of 6 months, his business exploded to a whole new level. Okay? So I had this, it was a very sobering realization when I was hearing this parable, when I was hearing this real life parable, that although I do and I have accomplished a lot, and I'm super proud of how fast I'm growing, there are still things that I have on my list that are unfinished or incomplete, and a week goes by and they're still not done. And arguably it's because I put a lot on my plate. I am running about 6 different income projects and businesses at the moment, but I want to, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I've always been someone that likes to do multiple things. When I was at school, I thought it was the most illogical idea to have to narrow it down and just choose one subject and then go to college or university and study that one thing. So much so that when I went to university, I did a joint honours course, which meant that I was studying 2 things. It's just me to a T, is that I'm always someone who likes to have multiple plates spinning and multiple projects on the go. Otherwise, I don't like that sort of one-dimensional focus. I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing, but I do thrive off having multiple things going on. And so I don't want to stop being like that. I want to continue being a multiple plate spinner, but I want to get better at being a finisher of things. Okay? And I think it's really huge how much of my self-criticism in my mind is because I don't finish things. And I know that if I can change that about my behavior and start finishing what I start, like honestly, it's even little things. Like I heard, apparently Jamie told me yesterday that it actually quite frustrates him that I will make a cup of tea and then sometimes forget that I was making it and leave the tea bag in and it goes cold and I haven't added any milk. My excuse is always that like, my phone's ringing, I've got business calls, I've got this to handle, that to handle, the other to handle, and I get distracted. Or I will empty half of the dishwasher and then something comes up. It's usually not something, it's usually a procrastinating idea in my mind where I get, at the point where I get bored of emptying the dishwasher, I'll get an idea that, oh, let me just take a break from that and I'll do something else that's really important and has to be done right now. That's just my mind stopping me from finishing the little tasks like emptying the dishwasher or making a cup of tea. So all day yesterday, after having this conversation with Jamie about it, and after he said, yeah, it does kind of frustrate me when you don't finish things, I was going around and I was observing it. This morning, for example, I did go and empty the dishwasher, and I witnessed the thoughts in my head going, oh, you could just let that there, it needs to dry anyway, and meanwhile you could do this. And I just said to myself, I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. And I was saying that with every cup that I took out of the dishwasher. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. And it helped me to get through that bit of the exercise or the activity where I was a bit bored. And I finally finished emptying the dishwasher. Ironically, this video that I'm recording right now is the 4th YouTube video that I'm recording today. #costume changes. And it was a real struggle to press record. And I was like, this is too ironic that I have done 3 out of 4 YouTube videos and my brain is giving me a million reasons why I shouldn't do this fourth one because I could be doing this and it's getting later in the day and yada, 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 yada. So I just think it's so funny. The universe has a great sense of humor, and this whole video about becoming a finisher was a test and a practice myself to practice being a finisher. So there we go, guys. I've finished this video about becoming a finisher. It's my 4th video that I've recorded today, so I can actually fully tick that thing off my to-do list. Can you relate? Are you going to become a finisher too? Are you going to start finishing all of the little things in your life so that you can behave like the kind of people who achieve so much in their lives too? Give it a big thumbs up. Remember to hit the subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss a video. And until next time.